Welcome, dear souls. This is Agape from Enter Agape, and I'm just chilling here today with this beautiful weather outside in the nature. And I encourage each and one of you to do it as much as you can because it's just healing to go outside. But what I wanted to talk about is that we spent this very nice evening yesterday. It was the summer solstice here, and I met with my old friends whom I didn't see for a long time. So it was an occasion to talk about relationships. And so after this long period of time when I was doing healing and learning about how reality works, how people behave, how the pattern and programming and conditioning operates, I was able to pick up on so many things in them as my mirror, and so many interesting topic arose from that, and I could share with you. But what I wanted to share mostly is the topic of special relationships according to the Course in Miracles, because this was something that was very hidden from me for a very long time, and I couldn't grasp it, I couldn't understand it. So basically the concept of special relationships is the ones that they are not based on love, but mostly on body, on ego. And mostly every relationship is like this. So you want someone from the ego perspective for you to gain something, and we all done that. So it's not like judging anyone, or it's like not to bring guilt, because of course it's not about feeling guilty. It's actually the other way around. It's about embracing the love that is within you and stop judging first yourself and then the rest of the world. But the special relationship concept was so triggering for me, and the more I work on myself, the more it is easier for me to understand that it's all about loving yourself first and finding your relationship to yourself and to God in you. So then you can feel fulfilled and happy, and you are able to feel whole. And then, yes, you can join with other person if that's your wish. And yes, it can be even more beautiful. At least this is how I perceive it. But it's not from the place of lack, and it's not from the place of expectation. And I was probably the pro in having like expectation of how someone should make me feel. And this is also something that I'm just started to realize since I met my twin flame, because he's like the perfect mirror of everything that is still in the way, still blocking the flow of love that comes first from me and from the source, and from the perspective of acknowledging that I am indeed whole and complete with the Christ in me. And this is not something that I can maintain every day, and this is not something that it's easy sometimes for me, because the mind, the ego, is still having its own story. But I like it so much. I like it so much that the concept, it's also kind of blending with the detachment and the laws of manifestations, because I like to talk about Course in Miracles like it is a course on manifestation, the course on how reality works. So the more I dig in it, the more nuances I'm able to pick up. And I like this video about detachment and how to let go and surrender. I watched it a few days ago, and the woman there, she was like very precise on what that means in her opinion. It was concerning manifestation, concerning like being above everything else. And what struck me was it's so similar to the concept that Jesus gives us in the Course in Miracles, although it is written in like very religious manner. So at the first glimpse, you might be caught in an attempt to kind of bind it only with God and church and religion. it's much more deeper. And this is also something that I've learned when I was at the Course in Miracle Festival in Germany this May, that someone there mentioned that there would be no course in miracles if not for Jung, and then before him not for Freud. Because for those of you who are not aware, Helen Schatzman, the one that channeled the guidance from Jesus, she was a psychiatrist, and she was resisting to do that channeling because she was basically thinking she's going mad. But it is said that Jesus chose her specifically because she was a psychiatrist, and she had already a knowledge of how the psyche works and what are like the main concepts and emotions, and she was just reliable person to do that. And so, having said that, what I mean is, even though the Course is religion in its language, it is still a concept of manifestation for me. A book on manifestation, the book on how reality works and how the love flows and how we can create. And in order to create, we need to detach. So this is what I want to say according to this detachment topic I mentioned. And this lady, she explained it's so nice. She used the example of cake. So you first need to be like this cake for yourself, this delicious, this complete, this beautiful cake, and then you can add to your cake. You can add whatever fruit you like, whatever, I don't know, icing you like, the plate, but it doesn't make you change who you are just because you're with someone else, because you're whole and complete. And I like this so much. I like it so much. And she also talks about detachment is like you're okay with whatever is in your life or whatever isn't in your life, because you know that you are okay, because you know you are loved, you are cherished, you know your value, you know your worth, you know your connection to the source. And this is just what the whole Course in Miracles talks about. And I'm seeing that my time is going to finish, so I'm just gonna open up the book randomly, and there's the whole chapter on special relationships, but I'm not gonna go in that. I'm just gonna open randomly and see what that is. Reversing effect and cause, it says. Without a cause, there can be no effect, and yet without effect, there is no cause. A cause is made by its effect. The father is a father by his son. Effects do not create their cause, but they establish its causes. Thus the son gives fatherhood to his creator and receives the gifts that he has given him. It is because he is God's son that he must also be father who creates a God as God created him. The circle of creation has no end. Its strings and its endings are the same, but in itself it holds the universe of all creation, without beginning and without an end. Fatherhood is creation. Love must be extended. Purity is not confident. It is the nature of the innocent that be forever uncontained, without a barrier or limitation. So this is just about creating. So even though I wanted to talk about special relationship, actually this fragment is like about manifestation, and every cause, every effect is actually a cause. So whatever you have in here, consciously or subconsciously, is creating, because you have the power to create, just like your father created you, and it's dwelling in you. And I like this so much. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time. And thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This really means a lot for me. Till the next time.